Asia Crane there.
Forgot to mention as well, the great man Greg Erskine running around the forward line, obviously a member of the inaugural UFC Premiership back in 1929, so fantastic to see him out there still doing what he does today.
So we'll have a ball in about 6
Hello,
metres
hello.
from the Coolbinia goal.
Do you want to do it now? Or do you want to do it quarter time?
Comes down to Coolbinia player Sharkett. He's tackled. I don't know how he got rid of that one, and the umpire has paid a free kick to University. I think it might be Goody over there, being rewarded from a solid tackle. Anything we get from Goody past quarter time will be an improvement on his last round final performance. He chips it around the corner. Another kick around the corner, but Coolbinia intercepting just on centre wing there. And we'll look to reload. Goes across the ground. Bit of a kick in hope.
Kat, I've just had word that our recording software actually might be up and going, so...
Oh, elite. Thank you, the Frenchman. Very well done.
Ball inside 50 for Coolbinia at the moment. A couple of great men trying to get hands on the ball. Great tackle there. Can't quite see who it was. Umpire hasn't blown the whistle yet. Still bouncing around. Is that Jarvis Banfield? Flicks it out. SPP bursting away from stoppage down the wing. Pumps it long. There's Keno, the man with the widest set shot routine I've ever seen. Oh, he's done well. Mitch Fraser, that was a throw. Pumped forward again by Coolbinia. Plenty of numbers for UFC to the contest. Here comes Goody again. Bang! SPP follows up, pumps it forward. Oscar the Grouch tracking this ball again. Coolbinia again with the numbers, clear it away through Great Man. What a beautiful intercept mark taken there. Is that Bulldogs jersey? I think it might be Bulldogs jersey. Either that or Vernover. We'll have to wait and see what this kick is. Is it a turnover? Yep, that would be Vernover there. Keno mops up though. For Dimitri Fraser from the boundary, centres the ball. Very unusual for him. Mark taken by Great Man there from Coolbinia in defence. They're going to look to switch out the opposite side.
And this is Kalfas. Kalfas comes out to the wing. Number 7 overruns that, went under the ball. Blakey Barrow does likewise, but lays a good tackle. Coolbinia is good enough to get a handball away. A bit of a 1-2. Dummies around Maiden.
Shocking kick.
Kick into a bit of a scrubber towards the forward 50, but big Hebs there. He picks up and a bit of composure. Hits Onesie, laces out. Onesie brings it back into the centre to Goody. Goody's got some space. He'll go wide again. Is that Harv out there or the young Banfield? I think it's young Banfield.
Oh,
almost fell over as he kicked.
Like he
that,
did an ACL.
Yeah. Fraser's there, and between him and I think that's the big Vernover over there, or is that Keno? In any event, they'll force a ball up about 60 around on the flank for University.
What are you seeing so far, Catter, out there?
Look, both sides a couple of Vernovers. I think whichever side could just sort of settle in a little bit. That was a nice little bit of play there from Uni bringing it across, but both sides giving the opposition chances to intercept at this stage. So hopefully the Dingoes can settle first and get some clean ball as Fraser feeds the handball back. Onesie again's getting amongst it. A tumble kick forward, just not able to mark there from the big demon. And Coolbinia look like they'll be able to bring it out.
Coolbinia with through Great Man, kick it out to the wing. But a great strong mark taken by, is that Mac there? It absolutely is. He's swung around on his left. Interesting fact about Mac, he's actually not left-footed, but he's a big fan of running in a straight line and using his opposite foot. So still yet to get word on why that is. Inside 50 now for the Dingoes. Here comes Demon. Snaps around on his left. Has he kicked it? I think he's got it. First blood to the Demon.
Fantastic first blood to University. That is absolutely outstanding. And again, I think we just saw Coolbinia, just a bit of a turnover kick coming out of defence, and University in this instance have been able to make them pay. The path to the grand final today, University, one of their more dominant seasons in recent times, just losing the one game, taking care of Canning South Perth in the first semi and going straight through. Coolbinia have had to work a little bit hard for it, finishing third, and they actually dropped their first game against Canning South Perth, but then got over Cottesloe by a point, won the reserve bout in the prelim against Canning with some fairly accurate kicking sending them through. So, diverging paths to get through, but hopefully University will be very fresh and rested from the week. And Onesie again is getting his hand on the ball, got the hands out there to Heavy. And,
holding the ball. Great decision by the umpire there. Onesie needs to get rid of that. Pumped inside by Great Man by Coolbinia here. Once again, Dingoes with the numbers for the contest though. It's going to be flicked out through. No idea. It might be good. He's absolutely missed his foot. He's dropped the ball and missed his foot.
What was going on there?
It's not Goody's finest moment there, but he has been FIFO for the last couple of weeks, so he might be a little bit rusty. Look for him to be a bit better in the second half.
Big Al gets a kick out on the full, unfortunately, though, so the pressure will come back in from Coolbinia. Apparently, one of their players to watch today is one of their forwards that Coolbinia are actually one of the clubs that actually bothers to enter in goals as they go through the year. So
very rare at this level, isn't it?
Their spearheads kicked 54 for the year coming into to today. So
and just point him out for me there, Katta.
I think it's Beran something or other.
The great man Beran. So
Berenson, Luke Berenson, number 18.
Look out for Berenson. I haven't seen too much of him yet, but we'll see. We've got a contest inside 50 for Coolbinia. There's Vernover again, flicks it out. Bit of a scrub kick. First to it is Jarvis Banfield. Smashes it on the boot. Mitchy Fraser will look to mark this one. Looks like it's going to trickle out over the boundary line for a throw in. Katta, just while we've got a bit of a pause here, we're just looking at our audio recording equipment. My voice is coming through far louder than yours, so we're apologies if this recording sounds shit when you listen back.
Is this thing on?
This is Katta, Frenchie and Maroney, three of the least intellectual and technological minds in the business. Either mine mic is way too loud or yours is way too soft, Katta, but we'll find out.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out. In the meantime, we've got a contest in the middle of the ground. Great tackle by... Too far away, can't see who it is. Might have been Goody. He started well, Goody. An absolute bull inside. The ball thrown up. Vernover in the ruck. Taken out by great man by Coolbinia here. Hacks it forward. Great mark by the pair. Big Al though. Cool under pressure. We'll look to slow things down here, you'd think. Either that or barrel. Big Al scanning. Looks to go out wide in the direction of Paddy Butler. Paddy Butler trucks this down. Up the wing. He's going to pump this inside 50 again. Keno pushes his man underneath the ball. Here comes Demon. Oh, big collision. Ball flicks out. Again, can't tell who that is. Might have been Harvey. Great tackle again by Demon, putting some huge forward pressure on. And what's the umpire found there?
He's paid a holding the man against the big fella.
I would not have thought so, Katta. That looked absolutely fine to me.
And I'm sure Demon won't be hesitating to let the ref know that he might politely disagree with his decision as well. He'd be another one that if we can get more than a quarter out of him from either having his arm broken or being carded, that'd be a win for today. So
very rare for Demon to finish a game not in considerable physical pain to himself and not inflicting significant physical pain on his opposition. So that'll be one to watch.
So we'll have a boundary throw in just forward to centre for University.
I just might take this opportunity to throw over to special comments from Frenchie. What are you seeing out there so far? I'm not sure you've watched a second of the game.
It's always good when you've got some inside word of the opposition. Thursday night, Toshi came in and said that Coolbinia were going to go into the game with no ruckman because they had an injury, and it's been great to see that news is complete bullshit, and their ruckman's a lot taller than ours. So great work, Toshi. Yeah, it's great to have that inside word, and that's really helped us in the build-up.
I also heard that he kicked 12 sometime this year as well, Toshi. Great man, so.
So is that Toshi's brother plays for Coolbinia? Is that correct? Is that the correct mail there? Absolutely.
I don't know if he's playing today, but...
We'll have to find out maybe at halftime whether Toshi's brother is indeed playing for Coolbinia today. Look to target him.
We can get that clearance paperwork sorted out for Toshi for next season as well, can't we?
Absolutely, I think that's priority number one. And just as we say that, just look at the great man there, sitting on the 50, ready to go. Double water bottle, which is nice.
Any chance of them getting a drink, Toshi?
He doesn't actually look too motivated to get out there and give anyone some water,
but it's a warm day or anything.
But he's got the water there anyway.
All right, back to the footy, and it hasn't really moved in the last 5 minutes or so. There, we've got another ball up just between centre and the 50 for University, who probably fair to say are winning the territory battle at the moment. Would probably like another goal on the board before too long though, just to reflect that.
And just as you say that, Katta, Coolbinia with the clearance, pumping it forward, but they're looking really well set up in defence at the moment, the Dingoes. Here's SPP again, sweeping out of the back line. Out to the wing, looks like Jimmy Maiden's going to track this one down. Great hands, looked a bit like a throw, but play on. Here's Vernover, lays the tackle. Bit of a weak tackle. And Coolbinia, that's a beautiful kick. Not often you see the inside 45 kick hit off in C3 reserves. Here's Shawnee Don back with the flight.
Courage from Teflon.
Play that, Lindsay.
Nothing
great call, and the crowd did not like that one, Katta.
Well, I don't know, mate. Probably wouldn't have paid it in Aussie, to be honest with you, but everyone, every redhead needs a bit of a help. So
Absolutely.
Oh, downfield too.
Oh, hello.
A bit silly there.
That's
from,
going to set the crowd off.
Number 7, Jack Considine.
And that's typical Jack Considine, isn't it? That's just what we've come to expect
Bit of
from
a
him.
hothead.
And this crowd down below us, I don't want to use the word feral, but it's getting there.
Partisan.
That's one way to put it, Catter.
Well, at the back,
Inside
oh,
50, what have we got?
No, he's made a push. Going University's way, I think. Might be the big demon.
Great. He's looking lively early, Catter. He's been probably our best forward for probably 8 years now. Best forward and best ruck. And he's absolutely taken this game by the scruff of the neck early.
He is. This will be 2 goals in the first quarter. And look, I think one of the things about lower grade footy grand finals is not high scoring generally. So if Demon can kick this, and it looks like he's making the goal umpire.
Beautiful. That's through.
That is an outstanding start from University. I was just about to say, realistically, if you get a key forward that can sort of put 3 or 4 on the ground on the board in the grand final, that goes a long way towards winning it, because we're not going to see 20 goals today.
Great call, Catter. I just while we're on forward line, I really want to see the great man get active early. Greg Erskine, seeing him out there just with a high five to Demon, a bit quiet for the great man. He's one of those that really needs to work into the game nice and early. He's silky smooth with the hips. He still moves incredibly well for an 85-year-old, so they need to start maybe looking for Greg Erskine a bit more.
Yeah, give him one easy one, boys.
Yeah. Come on, boys.
And we'll go back into the centre then. And the Vernover goes up against the non-existent Ruckman, wins it down, but it looks like Coolbinia will shark it. Couldn't get a clean takeaway there, though. Goody, I think, might be, or is that onesie? No, try again.
Looked like that was Willow there, Catter.
There. Buried in the tackle, and we'll reload. Vernover again wins it down, but once again, Coolbinia's there.
Great tackle by Onesie then.
Applying the pressure. That's something that he's added to his game, I think, that inside presence.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, they needed to replace the inside bull that was Matt Moroney when he left the team a couple of years ago. So, not quite stepping into those shoes, but certainly doing his best effort here.
On the way.
Paddy Butler now brings the ball away. Some more jeers coming from that feral crowd down below. Nothing to see there. Hasleo now with a mark just backward of centre wing here. He's going to bite off a little kick there to Oscar the Grouch. Not 15, play on. Back to Hasleo.
Delicate setup here.
Could have been a front on contact as well. Ball in dispute here on the ground. Great man tackled by, I think it was Blakey and Keno there.
Yep, doing the double team.
And
Great haircut there, though.
Statsman Brad hasn't turned up yet, but just that's already Blake's average tackles per game achieved in the first quarter. So fantastic for Blakey. Look for him to maybe have 2.
Oh. As Leo looks for the safety of the boundary line, I don't think it'll make it, but Coolbinia will just hustle it over in front of Ryan Williamson. Willow just giving him a bit of a shove, letting him know that perhaps he was a little bit scared to pick up the ball there. Number 2 from Coolbinia, Thomas Kazanzis.
You can see the brown patch in his pants from here. Cutter.
It's not a muddy day either.
The white shorts, not the go on a day like this. Verno out of the ruck for the Vernover. Hasleo is going to track this one down. Lays the tackle on Great Man, but he flicks it out to Bold Great Man. Evades the tackle to the other Bold Great Man. They're looking to go inside 50 here. That's a terrible handball. Not sure why he gave it there.
Great pressure.
Charlie Lennon's going to clean up here. Back to the pair. Where's the pair go? Into Teflon. Oh, attacked by Coolbinia. That's a great attack on the ball there. Farms it out to number 20. Not sure what that kick was. Might work out though. SPP is going to clean this one up. No, it's Parmos. There we go. Taking a bit of time off. Fishing out the back of IKEA to be here for the grand final today. Pumped to the wing. Tracked down. There's Onesie again.
Oh,
there's that signature candy by Onesie. Here's the great man. Moving a little bit slowly, it must be said. But that's a great shoot.
It's a long way away. It looks he's gone faster than it appeared.
Yeah.
It's a long way away, mate.
Great call there, Catter. Distances can be deceiving there. And he's pumped that ball about 45 metres as the great man, so might want to get the physio out just to check on the hamstrings. We've got a boundary throw in here. Just on the 50 for the Dingoes.
Tell you what, I like Frazier's just sneaking down towards the goal square, but no, somebody from Coolbinia has picked him up.
It's very unlike Fraser to be sneaking down towards the goal square. Ball hacked forward now. It's going to be taken by Bold Great Man. It's probably about 5 Bold Great Men running around for Coolbinia today.
I hope they slapped the sunscreen on.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
it's a warm day.
It's a high UV day. And Catter, even on those days where the clouds are out, it's the glare, and that can often magnify the UV. So just something to be aware of there for the Coolbinia players. Mark taken on 50. Is that Vernover? Where's this one going to end up? Kicks it in. Is that Willow? Mark taken there. It looked like Ryan Williamson. I can't quite see. Catter, your young eyes might be able to make it out.
I forgot my glasses, but I reckon it was. It's 20-something.
Yeah, that's Willow to me.
Yep.
As he got the leg here, he's another one with some aging hamstrings in the side, so this might test him. And he's absolutely burnt. Was that Greg Erskine on the lead? He's not going to be happy.
Or
Not going to be happy at all.
might be another one looking for a clearance next year. I think he's struggling for the distance there. He's put that out of bounds on the full. So a chance for Coolbinia to reload. You've got to say, under the pump a little bit now, although they've given it almost straight back to him. Handball inside. Oh, contest there from Coolbinia, just slapping it forward in hope more than anything in particular. Looks like it might work out for them. That's a lovely smother out there, is it by Shawnee Don? Once again, though, a bloke with a bit of hair that's overcompensating for the ball is in the team. Kicks a scraggler forward, and it looks like Parmos there has fed their hands back. SPP, bit of fancy footwork. He's corralled against the boundary, but he does kick it back inside. Probably a bit of a dangerous kick there. Coolbinia is there to pick it up, and they've actually got a man forward to the play if it sits. It does. SPP puts a tackle on. Cavalry arrives. SPP wins it back, but the chip just goes over the top of Teflon's head. He'll do well to get it out of bounds here, and he does.
So, Kato, Uni and the Dingoes are holding up really well in defence here. You can see Melbourne James setting up really well just on the goal line there, and this near side winger Blakey just working really hard in defence. So, Coolbinia pumping the ball long, but really got no forward structure at the moment. So, UFC just cleaning up.
Yeah, no, their movement in general from Coolbinia has been just kick it forward with a bit of chaos ball. Might work for Richmond if you're in the AFL, but against this Dingoes back six, I just think it's going to be a long afternoon for the Coolbinia forwards if that's what they want to do.
I haven't heard the Coolbinia C3 Reserves Richmond comparison before, so maybe a few Camden McIntosh types running around over there.
Well, exactly right. We need a few headbands out there, and I think it'll fit right in.
So the boundary throw in here, centre wing. Bit of a struggle. Looked like Vernover got first hands on the ball, flicked out by great mind by Coolbinia. Another Coolbinia great man onto the ball, but that is a great tackle by the pair. And that hurts, let me tell you that. Pumped forward by Paddy Butler, though. This could be anyone's ball. They've let it bounce. The great man, Greg Erskine. Look at that. Evades one, evades two. Flicks it out to Harry Leo. Harry Leo with the hands out to Willow on the far wing. Flicks it forward. Mitch Fraser working hard up the ground. Shrugs the tackle. Back to Teflon. Teflon pumps it forward. Mitchy Fraser follows up. Great tap. Taps it to himself. Picks it up. Inside 50. No one home for the Dingoes. Cleaned up by one of the great bold men by Coolbinia, who looks up the field and sees fuck all.
They're looking for an option. Doesn't get much, so it looks like it'll be, not quite down the line. Sort of a 50-50 kick between down the line and the middle. It was, Paddy might have given a bit of a contest there at the back. Fraser picks it up, they get buried straight away, and we'll have a ball up again just outside the forward 50 for University.
A good little patch by Mitchy Fraser there. Works really hard up the ground. He's either working hard up the ground or he's in the goal square. There's nothing in between for Mitch Fraser.
No half measures.
No half measures.
Again, another bit of an ugly ball. Doesn't look like it's coming out of there anytime soon. Rattling around, although the little shovel out the back from Maiden, I think it was. Oh, tackled very quickly.
Great hands. Is that great man? Watch out, great man. It's been run down. And he's not happy. A bit of Brian Taylor about that one. Turns to the umpire with the fist up and says, "Why I order?" to the umpire from the great man.
45 years ago, he was through then.
Yeah.
He was through then, but age does catch up.
And that's actually poor form by whoever tackled him.
Yeah.
Pumped inside by the Dingoes here. Looks like a 6-on-1, but the ball comes to ground. Great effort. Followed up at ground level. Coolbinia flick it out, but once again, Dingoes well set up. Coolbinia first hands on the ball again. Again, it's just a dumb kick forward, and Jimmy Maiden takes the mark. Flicks it out wide to Blakey. Blakey's going to run onto this one. He might get crunched by three blokes. He spins out of one. Can't have had the second one. And that will be holding the ball. They've played on. This bloke's actually had a really good game so far. He looks quick, but he's fucked it up. He's fucked it up. He can't bounce the ball. But beautiful kick on the left, though. Beautiful kick. And once again, though, Coolbinia with absolutely nothing inside 50, but they choose to play on. That's an interesting tactic by Coolbinia. Same bloke picks the ball up and gets absolutely mauled. But he's been cleaned up. Someone's been cleaned up there, Kato. What's happened there?
Yeah, I think... there we go on the side. Now, a little bit of a challenge here is that we can't actually see the scoreboard from where we are in the commentary box, but I believe we might cross to Frenchie. Frenchie, you might have the score for us?
I think the score is 1-0 to 0-0. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
No, 2 goals.
2 goals?
Demons kicked 2.
Demons kicked 2 goals. So I've got Brad's stats book, so we'll have stats in the second quarter. The biggest, I think, contributor for that quarter from mine was Paddy Butler off the half-back. I think he had 3 or 4 rebounds off the back of the contest, really repelling it and turning defense into attack. So, yeah, great start by the big man.
And just on that, Paddy Butler obviously plays that intercepting defender role for the Dingoes. So he's gone really early because, as we know, based on previous history, to win a best on ground in these games, it's nothing to do with hands on the footy. It's nothing to do with inside midfield work. What you've got to do is take 2 intercept marks at the start of the fourth quarter, and that'll sew up that medal for you. So Paddy Butler, what I would say to you, mate, is just relax, take the first 3 quarters off, pop up maybe for 5 or 10 in the last quarter, Catter, and that'll be enough. Don't worry about getting in there, getting your hands dirty, kicks, marks, tackles, any of that. Fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, look, I'm very pleased to hear that those 26 possessions, 19 contested possessions, 5 tackles that were largely unrewarded in the 2022 Grand Final have not stayed with you at all, Matty.
If Jesse Patani would like to return that best on ground medal to me at any point in the next couple of years, I'm still waiting.
Who else did you like apart from the Butler there? Who else did you fancy in that quarter?
I thought the midfield was getting on top really well there. Onesie, the captain, setting the tone, cracking in really well. Obviously those bigger bodies, Goody, Willow, really experienced, laying the tackles and bringing the heat. A little bit of burst from Leo. He's been a little bit quiet, but he's started to pop up a little bit at the end of that quarter, just starting to get a bit of run. And his ball use is going to be really important. Other than that, the forwards, Mitchy Fraser, as I mentioned, pushing up the ground really well. His work rate will be good, but he's one that'll want to get a goal. Like if he doesn't get a goal, he'll start to get the head tilt, and we might hear about it. So look for Mitchy Fraser, look for Greg Erskine. They want to get those boys on the scoreboard early in the second.
Yeah. Look, I think Coolbinia a bit of work to do here. I don't think either side will have been particularly worried about the results during the year coming into this. University knocked Coolbinia off round 1 of the season, but as we all know, in the lower grade footy, you can basically ignore what happens in the first 6 rounds of the year.
Correct.
It doesn't mean anything. And then Coolbinia actually beat the Dingoes by about 40 points in the middle of, I think, the uni break in a day where it was absolutely bucketing down. So I don't think either side really can put too much stock in what we've seen prior to today. But if I'm Coolbinia, I'm probably shitting myself just a little bit because I see, as you said, I think there's some players for uni that can go to another level. It has Leo, as you say, I don't think has impacted the game just yet, as we're used to him doing so. But they're struggling all over the ground. I think they're getting beaten in the middle. Clearly, Demon is posing them some problems in the air, and as you say, Mitchy Fraser. Just wait for the siren.
One of the great sirens as well.
One of the great sirens. Mitchy Fraser is just everywhere in the forward line, and then down back, you hit the nail on the head. They're really not going forward with any structure. As we saw just even before the siren, they had a nice clean break of play. Nothing to go to, but the young fella from Coolbinia shat himself a little bit and thought, shit, I've got to get it on, and it was a turnover. So I think Coolbinia have got a little bit of work to do. They've got to probably start by just trying to get some ball out of the centre and see if they can sort of nullify the work that the big Vernover is doing in there, because he's getting his hands to it most of the time.
Spot on, Kat. I think 3 big things for Coolbinia coming out of this break is A, get your forward structure set up. B, check those white pants for a bit of poo. And 3, get some sunscreen on those bald heads. All right, they would be the 3 main messages coming from the coaching group.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're back to it. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but the Dingoes have resumed once again. Once again, getting the ball back at half back. Pumping it forward where, Demon, he was started from behind, but he's just led his play, got in front of his play. A bit of a weak defensive effort there by Coolbinia. The big Demon pumps it forward. Who's there? Is that Keno turns around. Jarves puts a tackle on. Or Harvey, sorry, puts a tackle on. And we'll have a ball up probably about 35 out, directly in front from University's goal. And once again, have picked up where they left off in the first quarter. Demon knocks it down. Is that Fraser over there? No. Oh, no, sorry. This is Erskine robbed by the boundary line. Actually, no. I think he's going to get a free.
He is. He's going to get a holding free.
Great man.
Greg Erskine. There he is.
That is decades of experience. Just knowing when to tap the ball on, knowing when to gather it. Confusing the young bloke there that's on him. And he's going to line up from about 35 metres out. Probably about the maximum of his range here. On an angle, but I think the great man's got it in him.
It's exactly what we wanted early. Greg Erskine into the game. He's pumped it. It's going to be close.
Centering ball, top of the square. Who is that?
Mitchy Fraser.
Mitchy Fraser, if you don't mind.
It's exactly what we called for, Katter. Those two men to get into the game early. Greg Erskine, Mitch Fraser, and exactly what we saw. And as he called it perfectly there, Greg Erskine, many people would have thought that was a shot, but that was clearly a setup to the top of the square. Mitchy Fraser going to dob this one through. That's 3 on the board for University. The Dingoes, 3 goals to Coolbinia 0. It's a hot start in the second quarter, and I'd be getting a little bit more worried if I was Coolbinia.
Real alarm bells ringing here, because what we saw was exactly as the first quarter proceeded. A rush kick forward from Coolbinia, turning the ball over. Another burn over on the half-back flank, and then University just able to move it. And Coolbinia's backs really not having any answer there. I mean, that was Mitchy Fraser taking a pack mark in the goal square, and with all due respect, he's not 5 foot, he's not 6'10".
I think Mitchy Fraser coming off a Pirates grand final last year, where he had 8 tackles in the grand final. I don't think he's had 8 tackles in his whole career. So he's a man that likes big games. He likes the spotlight on him. He'll get a lot of confidence from that goal, and I reckon he's one to watch the rest of the game. But he's really going to fancy himself for the medal today. So a few boys out there will need to be trying to get it off him, I reckon.
Great Cole Frenchie. 8 more tackles than you had in that grand final, by the way. Ball in dispute. Coolbinia, great man. Great bold man, flicks it out. Another great man by Coolbinia has the ball, but they're going backwards, flicked into the contest. I absolutely cannot tell any of those players apart. They all look exactly the same. About 110 kilos with a big bold head. Paddy Butler looking to sweep and clean this one up, but great man by Coolbinia. Attacks the ball harder. They're going to go inside 50 again here. Mark taken. He's played on straight away. Look at him go. Those little legs pumping. Has a shot. Has he kicked it? I wouldn't have thought so, because it's from an impossible angle, and he plays C3 reserves for Coolbinia.
Well, that is probably the most dangerous they've looked going forward all day. A genuine shot on goal, and unfortunately the little legs there just didn't have the accuracy in them. So can't really see him kicking this in because the screen's in the way.
Jimmy
Maiden, great goal. Thank you, Frenchie, with the line of sight there. The ball's flicked out to the wing. Here comes great bold man. He's going to get crunched by Oscar.
Oh.
He's crunched by about 3 dingoes, and crunched by a bloke who has about negative 85 kilos on him.
Daniel Kalfas there did not want that ball.
I thought it might have been Daniel Kalfas.
Heard he doesn't love the hard stuff sometimes.
Yeah, we've got a 3-year-old about to throw this ball in. Let's see where it lands. It's actually great arm by him.
Brilliant.
Brilliant arm. Burnover. Looked like it was over the shoulder. What line's he going to call? He's called it for Coolbinia. So, Kat, a bit of momentum here for Coolbinia.
Yeah, this is the one where they've been breaking down, though. It's this movement here. And once again, their Palmer's got a fist in there. Maiden looks like he'll clean it up. Shovels the handball along the line.
There's Willow again.
Well, onesie was slung as he kicked. That affected the kick. This bloke here with a bit of hair to make up for his teammates is actually getting a bit of it as well. Number 5, but once again, though, It's that kick inside the forward 50 that goes astray, and Bulldogs jersey takes a chest mark. He goes out wide. SPP and the great man Erkdog collapses the pack and gets it back himself, if you don't mind, Greg.
Beautiful. That's Greg Erskine to a tee. Over the back, Mitch Fraser might run onto this one. He's got the legs. I think he got a kick to that. I think he got a boot to that. But play on. Coolbinia looking to come outside 50 here. Mitchy Fraser could have laid a tackle, chose to bump, and the ball out of bounds. Look, Coolbinia on top, I reckon, around clearance to start the second quarter. But as you said, going forward, absolutely nothing. Dingo's really well set up. People like Charlie Lennon with his move to halfback this year, looking rock solid. Bulldogs jersey, Palmer, James Maiden, just looking too good at the moment.
Yeah, and as we said, grand finals are low-scoring affairs, so they'd want to get on the board soon. As Goody just hoofs it forward. Not a bad result, actually, going out of bounds there.
And I'll tell you who started this second quarter well. Greg Erskine's been up the ground a little bit. Look at him attacking those packs.
I haven't seen him backwards to centre since 1962.
Yeah,
Matty.
spot on.
Great effort there by the great man.
His kids will actually be really excited to watch this back. The first grand final they've watched of his in colour, so that'll be great for them to watch. Here come Coolbinia again. Smothered. It's SPP. Gets a boot to it. Looks like Oscar the Grouch there. Flicks the ball out, and there is the great man. Takes on one tackler and two. Chipped it back, and that's just smart. Goody. Don't think it was 15 plays on. Vernova, that is a shocking kick.
Vernova, if ever I saw
That's
one.
exactly. Oscar marked that down as a Vernova. Ball flicked out. Goody, you can't tackle him. He's too big. Flicks the ball out. Looks like Bulldogs jersey. Inside, there's great man again. Greg Erskine flicks it out to Willow. Willow around the corner. Pumps it deep inside 50. Keno. Just want to see Keno compete a bit harder there. And that's not a great tackle. Slipped out of there by a great man by Coolbinia.
And they're away here. If it sits for him, it does. Number 16 for Coolbinia, Brandon Drummond. Goes over the top to number 3. Now, this stays in as well. The boundary line will defeat him. Look, I don't know about that. Those two bits of play there with the great man, Greg Erskine. Pendlebury-esque almost. Time seemed to slow down as he took possession, and
Spot on.
his use was just elite.
Time seems to slow down a lot when Greg Erskine's around, really. It just has that unique ability. A little bit of territory here for Coolbinia, but once again, everything very rushed for them at the moment. There's Verno with first hands. Looked like he was being held. No, it's just the boundary throw-in's gone 2 metres, so they're going to have to do it again.
So we'll reset then, try again from the boundary umpire. That looks a little bit better. Vernova again gets the big fist back towards the line, and making the boundary umpire earn his $22.50. So I think Coolbinia, as you say, they've probably stemmed the bleeding a little bit, but not making any headway into this 3-goal lead that University have. They pick up by the heavy. It kicks a bit of a scrubber though. Mack comes out, full-bodied.
That's actually Greg Erskine again there.
Again, jeez, he's everywhere.
He's literally playing for about 3 people at the moment.
But bloke though. Number 9, Bo Hasic goes long for Coolbinia, and I think they've actually got their first one on the board. So we were saying they needed to get a wriggle on, and they have delivered. Coolbinia gets on the board about 10 minutes into the second quarter here, I reckon.
And they needed that one.
8 minutes.
8 minutes in. Thank you, Frenchie, on stats, special comments, and audio technician job today. So doing an amazing work. Just a bit of an insight on where we are as well, Kato. We're sitting up the top of the change rooms. Had to go up one of the dingiest little ladders I've ever seen to get up there. Doesn't look legit at all, but we've got a beautiful view just over the feral Coolbinia crowd, and past that over the Dick Guelphy Reserve. Looking fantastic. No sign of that inclement weather as well. Looks beautiful out there.
No, not expected to come down to about 3 o'clock, I think. So hopefully it'll just bucket on the thirds as it always does.
Perfect. Here's come Coolbinia out of the middle again. Starting to get a bit of momentum. Goody's going to track this one down, but he's going to be tackled hard into the ground by a great man by Coolbinia. It's going to be a bowl up. Goody getting plenty of hands on the bowl. Same with Hasleo. Going to be thrown up by Lindsay. First hand by Vernova, just missed by Hasleo. Flicked out. Here come Coolbinia again. Number 16. Who's that, Kato?
Brandon Drummond.
Brandon Drummond, I thought it was. Pumps it inside 50 for Coolbinia. Dingoes look well set up. Coolbinia first to the ball here. Steps back inside. Handball back. Pumped inside 50. It's going deep. It's going deep. The mark taken.
Oh, 18.
I think that might be your man. That might be your 50-goal man.
That is the 50-goal man, Luke Berenson, nominated as one of the players to watch from the Coolbinia president.
Yep, spot on.
It's his first look at it.
A little quirk of our commentary position here. I actually can't tell if this is a acute angle or directly in front.
Oh no, it's a bit of a tester, especially if he's a right footer.
Tell you what, the crowd will tell us if it's through though, Catter.
The goal umpire doesn't move too much at all, but it's because it was bad enough kick that he didn't need to. So
and also that goal umpire's 85 years old.
Erk should get him on whatever he's on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bit of respect between those two, I would have thought.
So yeah, Uni would be keen to just reassert a bit of control here.
Charlie Lennon looks to do so, pumps it out to the wing, but
great, mate.
Keno Great mark by the great man. Look for him to get a set shot. He's got a very interesting routine, so keep an eye on that for later in the game. At the moment, he's probably going to pump this one long up the line by the looks of it. Harvey with a 3-on-1. Nothing he could do there, but Onesie gets hands on it out the back. Flicks to great man. They've called dumping tackle. And that's one of the great things about Onesie. He is a very irritating individual, so he will get in the head of these Coolbinia players all day long. I actually wouldn't mind getting down there and giving him a slam tackle myself. I might wait till after the game.
It does happen a bit of training, I think.
It does happen a bit. He pumps at this one inside long, on the head of Damon, out the back. Might be Mitchy Fraser again, couldn't get hands to it. Damon
the duck.
playing like a smaller man.
Ooh.
Ball's going to be out of bounds. So just a little bit of a momentum wrestled back by Coolbinia, but I think they need more than one goal to show for it.
So we'll have the ball in deep in the forward pocket for University. Demon directing traffic. SPB's loitering. Coolbinia bloke wins it down to the front. Through comes Fraser. But once again, that ball bloke Kalfas, who's starting to get a bit of it. The kick not so great though.
Great mark, Vernover.
Vernover takes the mark. Hopefully he'll go inside and it won't be a Vernover.
Just seen Frenchie mark that
Well,
down as 2
Demon in
Vernovers. I
prime
think
position. Has he held on to that? I don't think so. No.
it's going to be a ball up about 10 metres out from the goal line here for the Dingoes. Coolbinia flick it back. It's going to be held up. Great tackle by Harvey. Pin the arms there. Harvey rocking with the headband today. Very stylish. I like to see it. Ball thrown up again. Hacked out of there. Couldn't see who that was. Dingoes look well set up though at the 50. Great tackle. I think that was Oscar the Grouch.
No, it's Keno.
Was it Keno?
Yeah.
Two very similar looking players.
Look for the boots. Those red boots that Keno's got on.
Yep, spot on.
Actually, orange
Orange
carrot.
are they? All right, colourblind. That's all right. Almost a bit pink from here, to be honest with you.
I'll trust your eyes, Catter. Ball thrown up again. Vernover spikes it forward. Flick through. There's SPP. Been seeing a lot of his local wealth TikToks on my feed recently. Very, very annoying. Richie Fraser pushes him out the way. Flicks the ball back. Again, Dingo's well set up through Goody. Back to Mac. There he goes. Swinging onto the left. He's a right footer once again. Inside 50. Mitchy Fraser tracks this one. SPP around the corner. Ball still in. And now it's over for a rush behind. Coolbinia just doing enough at the moment to withhold this Dingo's pressure. But I tell you what, that damn wall, it's buckling.
It's about to bop.
And here comes Bold Great Man from Coolbinia to kick this one in. He might look to go wide to Bold Great Man from Coolbinia, or he might go up the middle to Bold Great Man from Coolbinia. We'll see what he does.
I've got the numbers. If he's a good enough kick, he can hit number 2, but I think the breeze must be going to that far flank.
That's a great
That
kick.
is a lovely leg. Mark taken by David Wilson.
Just think Coolbinia need to slow this down. Look to find a few uncontested marks. As I say that, he pumps it up the line to a contest. It's going to go out of bounds, I think, for a boundary throw in. Well, I'd just like to see them use this wing a little bit more, mainly because I can't see what's happening when it's on the far wing. There's a lot of space. Look at Blakey just patrolling this wing. He absolutely loves it. As I said, does not want to go anywhere near the contest today.
Up and down, up and down.
He's like a wild horse. He loves it in the open air. Tackle to ground, ball in dispute. Jumped on by someone. It's going to be a bowl up. I think the umpiring's been okay so far, Catter, as well. Just one thing to note. You don't always get the best standard, but it's looking good today.
Yeah, no, they're letting the boys play, which I don't mind.
It is nice to note that former uni umpire Lockie Lyons is out there. I've missed him. He actually won Best Umpire of the Year last year, and then decided he'd had enough of uni and has moved up the ranks. So it's nice to see him back.
Fantastic, and that's why we employ Frenchie for stats like that. Literally no one else knows stats like that. Also, just a possible conflict of interest there with Lyonsy. Used to umpire at university, but might just keep that one a little bit quiet as Coolbinia come through the middle of the ground again. Bold Great Man turns it over. Paddy Butler taking my advice and's done nothing to start this second quarter. Ball still in dispute there. Comes out. Onesie steps through traffic, gets the hands out. Looks like SPP. Beautiful. Swings onto the right. Pumps it inside 50. And there is Demon again. Fantastic mark. And he's looking like he wants to rip this game apart.
He is. This will be goal. He'll be lining up for goal number 3. And probably the easiest of the shots that he's had so far. So I don't know what Coolbinia have got in their back pocket. But this would be a matchup that I'd be looking to do something about. Because the game is going to get away from them if they just continue to leave Demon to wreak havoc.
This does make me nervous though. These are the ones that he might miss. The reverse Moz.
Never in doubt.
The reverse Moz. Well done. Straight through the middle. Spot on though, Catter. University looking really strong at the moment to start this second quarter. They haven't completely kicked away. If I'm not mistaken, it's 4-1.
Yeah.
Yep,
Sounds
4
about
goals
right.
to 1 for the Dingoes. As Goody comes off for a bit of a break as well.
We just checked that he's not injured though.
Yeah, great call. He went down early in the grand final a couple of years ago, the last grand final that the Dingoes won. Of course, Matty Moroney played in that game. Should have won our best on ground, especially since Goody got injured and had to carry the load of the midfield.
Midfield load.
Yep. Ball back to the middle. A bit of wind coming in now. Not sure who that's going to favour this quarter. Actually seems to be blowing directly into the commentary box. Vernova goes up. First hands Coolbinia. Tackled though by Willow. Willow with a bit of pedigree. I think won a best and fairest for the University Reserves back in the day.
Yep.
Fact check.
A grade in
A
the
grade.
premiership year.
A grade in premiership year.
Slightly.
Sorry, Willow. My mistake.
We need to work out a new nickname for him. He was traditionally known as Quick Willow, but as he's aged, he's lost a few paces. So maybe medium pace Willow or something like that.
Medium pace Willow. He's got the cricket connection there as
Yeah.
well, so I think that's a great nickname from Frenchie. Frenchie, once again, thanks for being on stats, nicknames, unique facts. He's got it all covered here in the commentary box. Vernova flicks it forward. Coolbinia first hands on it again. Great tackle there by Hasleo. Turned it over. Onesie gets a foot to it. There's Blake running into open space. And there's that class. Beautiful. Oscar the Grouch takes a mark centre wing. Just surveying his options at the moment. He's going to pump this one inside. Why not? That's probably why. There's a Vernova. Coolbinia once again choosing to play on immediately, even though they have absolutely jack shit
Kicked
in
into
front of the
3 on
footy.
1.
Yep, that's just stupid footy. It's going to be cleaned up by medium pace. Willow here goes to ground. Great man, bold man from Coolbinia.
Geez, he dealt with after he got rid of that.
Absolutely spot on, Catter. And the umpire has come back
Too.
to
I think he's seen a second one.
well, he's either seen a second one or he's called that with a 10-second delay. But who cares, because it's a University free kick
It's going back to Hasleo, I think.
and the Ferals do not like it.
Smallest hands in the league.
If anyone's thinking of getting a neck tattoo, I'd encourage you to come down and check out some of the ones on the Coolbinia squad if you're looking for any inspiration. Here comes Erskine, and that's experience. Knew he was going to get tackled, so he ran out of bounds.
Absorbed the contact.
Well, I'm not sure about absorbed, but avoided might have been a better word.
So the throw in just outside the forward 50 for University. Keno doing the ruck work at this occasion, but the ball carries the back. Onesie's in there, overruns it. Looks like Willow is there as well. Something that University traditionally hasn't had is those ex-A graders really coming back down the grades. So a real luxury this year to have him in the side as Keno knocks it forward. Looks like is that Paddy Buckets offloading it there in a questionable fashion.
Might have been. And it's Oscar the Crouch in there as well. Ball's going to be thrown up. Keno, great tap, very athletic. Flicked out. There's Onesie. I think he probably dropped that.
Yes.
And the umpire agrees. Onesie getting plenty of the footy at the moment. But just starting to fire up. I can see his hand gestures, his body language.
Probably
Yeah.
asking for a shepherd or two. He's getting a lot of it.
Yeah,
but
and
it's,
there he goes again. He's bumped that bloke after the bowl. That bloke weighs about
Close.
200 kegs, so it didn't really move.
And Goody's
Yes.
been that's a bit silly.
I don't like that.
Treading a very fine line there, Coolbinia. Harrison Leo, actually. Harry Leo. Once again, pump it inside. Repeat forward 50 entries here for Uni, and you get a feeling that the damn wall may burst soon. Well, that is a good relieving mark from the Coolbinia fullback there. Interesting kick.
Interesting
Made
kick.
number 11 work for it, and I think Demon's probably come through and given him an accidental knee to the head there.
I think that's underselling it slightly. Demon has killed that man.
And accidentals.
Accidental, look,
that might be an accidental death. Well, just while we pause here for the death, we might just go through a little bit of the stats from the game so far. I might hand you over to French, who might take you through some of the key stats.
Plenty of turnovers in this quarter. Both teams have been getting a few intercepts and then just kicking it straight to the other team. So we'll look to change that in the second half. Coolbinia had 3 or 4 inside 50s in a row. Looked like they had the momentum, but since then, Uni's had 5 in a row. So hopefully be able to continue that.
And right on the
that-
time buzzer there. Thank you very much.
Kato, that actually wasn't the siren. That's just the ambulance coming in to get rid of this bloke who's lost his head there. No, that is half-time. Kato, take us through what you've seen so far.
Look, I think I'm really struggling to see, to be honest with you, how Coolbinia are going to get into the game here. They did control a little bit of that quarter, but again, just burning the football going forwards. University's back 6, standing up under pressure, and then conversely going the other way. Every time University do go forward, they look dangerous.
Yeah.
I think they only kicked the one goal for that. No, the 2 goals, because Demon got on the board as well. So they've stretched the lead again here, and I really can't see how Coolbinia can work their way in. I know this, possibly going a little bit early here, but I just don't see a path for Coolbinia at the moment. I think they'll keep it close. I think they'll keep it tight. It is a grand final, so we're not going to. Hopefully, we're not going to see a 10 goal blowout. But if I'm the Coolbinia coach, I don't know where I'm going.
Great call, Kato. And just on Norm Watch, who have you liked so far? I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm seeing a lot from the inside mids. So Goody, medium pace Willow, got his hands on plenty, but I can't really go past Demon at the moment. I'd say he's been the one that's looking to turn the game.
3 goals and a half in the grand final. Even if he comes off the pace and only kicks a couple, 5 goals in a grand final wins you a medal more often. It's not like being a midfielder and getting 29 possessions, 19 contested, and 8 tackles, Matty.
Yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't necessarily
spot
get
on.
the
Just going to have to stop you there, Kato. We actually wasn't half time, and it actually was just the ambulance coming to pick up the dead man. So we're going to be. Have you heard siren being used for a stoppage in play before?
I can't say I ever have, no.
I'd say the timers just weren't paying attention.
Timers weren't paying attention. Yep,
Didn't stop
correct.
it. All right.
Probably got 20, 30.
Well, he's coming off there. He looks okay to me. I actually think he's completely fine, so fairly cowardly by the Coolbinia player. But Boldman is going to kick this one long up the wing for a change for Coolbinia to a contest. But Keno
Tell you what.
read it best in the air.
What's his range?
That's an interesting kick to
not
Oscar the
the kick.
Grouch. No.
Not the kick. There you go.
Well, just a couple of points on that siren. It's pretty annoying, and not a lot of point in restarting the game there for 10 seconds and a contest up the line. But anyway, we'll resume the conversation we were having there, Kato, on who's been good in this first half. As I said, I think Demon's probably got the medal in his back pocket at the moment, but as we know, can change very quickly.
Can indeed. Third quarter or last quarter instep marks are a premium.
Absolutely.
In terms of the votes. So, I agree. I think the midfield for University is working very well. I think Vernover is getting his hands to most of the ruck knocks, directing it down, getting a fair bit of it around the ground as well, and that's really bringing those mids in. I think Harry Leo worked into it a little bit. I still think he's got another gear to go to. Onesie got a lot of the ball again that quarter, probably not in as much space as he did in the first quarter. But overall, hello boys. Sorry, just acknowledging the fans there on the boundary line. But look, it's been a pretty complete effort by University. All lines are doing their job, and as we said, nobody from Coolbinia really getting away. I mean, one of the ball blokes, Daniel Kalfas, has probably been one of their better players, but he's been forced to get a lot of his ball in the back half and not really hurting us in that way. So definitely University in the box seat as we head into half time. Been feeling pretty comfortable about things at the moment.
I think number 16's one to watch for Coolbinia, Drummond. He's been playing well through the middle of the ground, but you're right, there's only been a couple of guys, and it is hard to tell. I reckon one of these ball guys could be a shout for the medal if they do get up, just because there's 15 of them out there, so they could think it's all one player.
Well, and look, the Dingoes actually have a proud history of winning a grand final and then not having one of their players actually awarded the best on ground medal as well. So
Just talk me through that story, Kato, because it doesn't ring a bell off the top of my head.
The one that sticks out for me, 2022, Wesley Curtin, very good side, full of old ex-A graders, pumped us a couple of times during the year, turned the tables on them in what's known as the miracle on grass. We got over them by a point. The medal on that occasion went to a bloke that I was actually doing the stats on that day, and he had about 11 possessions, one of which was an absolute melt early in the game. Basically missed the ball kicking it, and that was when boys got their tails up and you hang on, these blokes are rattled here. So I think the umpires can get confused But I think, at this stage, there's so many good players for uni that I'd be very, very surprised if things don't continue as we've seen, that we wouldn't walk away with another medal.
Obviously not the last time that happened. Obviously the following year then we saw exactly the same situation. So it is just something to note. If you don't get the medal, just don't be too cut up about it. You might still be the best player on the ground, but the umpires just they don't always get it right. So
you certainly don't want to retire and then not play for the team shortly thereafter again.
No, that's correct.
That's
correct. That's correct. But obviously, just on that, there's been a bit of a refresh of this Dingoes team in the last couple of years. I maybe just want to touch on that. We've had a few of the old boys. Obviously, you had your Jerks, who were mainstays of that midfield for a couple of years. We had a few other boys, patrolling that back line. But at the moment, we've had a bit of a refresh. It looks like a younger, fresher, new Dingoes team, especially that back line. I'm looking around, people like Charlie Lennon, who's rebranded as, he used to be called Heavy because he was a sizable key forward target.
Massive off-season
but he had a huge off-season, trimmed down, and is now a dasher off the half-back. So people like him, we've got Oscar the Grouch, we've got...
Sorry, I'll just take the credit for Charlie's renaissance as a backman. Couple of years ago, was struggling a bit up forward. We thought let's turn him into a gun backman, and he's just gone up and up since then. So yeah, a bit of respect on the coach's name there.
That's complete bullshit, I would have thought. But thanks, Frenchie. But yeah, it's good to see. I think that's what we need from the Dingoes. There's that core group. You've got your big owls who've been there for the best part of a decade. You've got your Greg Erskine's been there for the best part of a century. And then you've got these new up-and-comers that are hungry. They haven't won a flag before. And that's what you need when you're trying to get over the hump.
And look, I think it's one of the reasons why university's been so successful. I don't know if you saw the chat earlier in the week, Matty Moroney.
I did, yep.
People that read the newspapers, a lot of talk made of Geelong having played in 15 preliminary finals since the turn of the century. Add another 6 to that, and you've got the Dingoes. The Dingoes played in 21 preliminary finals, and I think a big driver of that has been that ability of the team to cycle and bring in new blood while still retaining that core. A lot of the time in the lower grades, you see clubs that'll, let's call a spade, drop a bunch of A grade or B grade, serious players down. They'll come down, they'll dominate, they'll play a year or two, and then they'll piss off, and then that team will fall off a cliff. And we won't see them again. The Dingoes have always, given new blokes a go on, developed players, sometimes pushed players off up the grades, probably more so than in recent times than they have when I started playing.
Correct.
I still remember times when the Dingoes would handily account for the thirds in scratch matches, but I think we've got that right in terms of we are supporting players and pushing players up. But you're exactly right, Matty. It's having that influx of new blokes, influx of blokes turned around by great coaching minds like the French man here, and then
don't give him that
old core.
Yeah.
The Al Whites, Lockie Parmos, Gregory Erskine, and really provide that experience and that steady hand on the tiller as well.
Spot on, Kat. I could not have said that better myself. And just while we've got a bit of a pause, are we going to get a couple of beers? Is that what we're going to do, or are we going to sit around talking during this halftime break?
That actually is not a terrible idea.
All right, we might have a little pause just for 10 minutes while we go and have a beer. We're going to come back probably in about 5 or 10 minutes and get you ready for the start of the third quarter. We're back on here, Katta, as we start the third quarter. And as we finish that first half, University well and truly on top. The umpire's now walking out to the middle of the ground. I think the keys for Dingoes in this second half is just to maintain that pressure around the ball. They've had first hands on it and their ball movement's been great. The back six, as I said, have stood up really well. They don't need to do anything special. Just keep playing the way they've been playing. For Coolbinia, literally everything has to change for them to be a chance in this second half. Literally everything has to change. Hopefully a bit of a change of shorts from some of the ones that have pooed their pants in the first half. Sunscreen up, lubed up, ready to go. Look out for the 3 or 4 bold men to make an impact. And that one player who was actually playing quite well, I don't know who his name is, but Katta might be able to tell me.
Kalfas and also Drummond, number 14
yes.
and number 16.
Kalfas and Drummond sounds like a law firm, but actually quite a...
Don't reckon there'd be too many lawyers out there, just quietly.
As the ball's thrown up here to start the third quarter, Vernover, first hands on it, taps straight down to Goody, and they pile on top of him. Ball in dispute. Great bold man, he's going to pull away here, hacks the ball forward, and there is either Kalfas or Dreyfus or whatever his name is there with the long hair. Couldn't get his hands on it. Onesie, that was a throw, but he's slung. He's absolutely been monstered.
Oh, he's gone into the card. He's gone into the book as well.
Are they getting the cheese?
He's reached into his sock there.
He's shown him the cheese.
He's reached into his sock.
Well, that's exactly what we've come to expect from Onesie. They're just being absolutely irritating to the point where they then get fired up and sling him around. And I actually think the bloke who's just been cheesed there was the bloke who got his head taken off by a demon. Is that right there, Katta? He looks very similar.
No.
It's not. Statsman Frenchie's told me that's a completely different person. So apologies there for listeners who are confused.
All tall white men look the same, so it's all fine.
Sorry, Frenchie, you want to follow up with something?
I think you shouldn't get a yellow card for doing that to Onesie. I think there should be a discount. You should be able to do whatever you want to him, and he deserves every bit.
Well, the first one has to be free.
Couldn't have put it better myself there, Frenchie. I think everyone here is in agreement that Onesie deserved that. Nevertheless, he's got the free kick, and he's going to farm it wide to the pair. The pair goes wide up the wing. Looks like he's looking for Jarvis Banfield there. Couldn't take the mark. It's about 2 or 3 bold Coolbinia blokes around. Ball's flicked out here. That's a great handball chain, and here he goes. Here he goes, the lawyer on his left, inside 50 to absolutely fucking no one. But he's biffed it. He's biffed the mark.
SPP was that?
Here's Bulldogs to clean up. Great handball. And there's Onesie again. Look for them to try and take his head off now as they come away through the pair, pumping up the wing. Great mark by Coolbinia. He's played on for a change. Pumps it back, inside 50. But once again, Dingoes with the numbers. It's hacked.
Wasn't an inside 50.
Wasn't an inside 50, sorry. Sorry, Frenchie, taking his statistics very seriously here today. Ball pumped. Was that inside 50, Frenchie? He's taking a mark right on 50. No, he's not paying that either. So Coolbinia still with no inside 50s for the third quarter. As the ball now here with Demon.
They've actually had one.
Defensive wing. They've had one. All right, that's enough from you, Frenchie.
So Baden kicks it along the wing. The Coolbinia blokes could have raffled it, but number 23, Matthew Gray, bucks it out of the air.
It's nice to see after half time when both coaches have said just do exactly what you're doing before, kick it long down line to the other team, we'll go.
Which is very rare for C3 reserves to play that kind of football. Usually you see them trying to bite off that 45 a bit more. I would have thought Coolbinia would have changed something. They do look like they've come out with a bit of intent here, though, Katta.
They're getting a bit of run. I don't mind. They're getting a bit of the link-up handball.
This is the problem, though, Katta. This is the problem. It's getting shitter and shitter every time. They weren't content with kicking it to a 3-on-1. They've now decided they're going to kick it to a 4-on-1 in Dingo's favour. Which, you know, I'm no genius, but that seems pretty dumb to me.
It's not going to win you too many games of footy. So SPP clears it out the back. Erkdog waiting at the behind, but taken by Coolbinia, old mate. Kicks it towards the 50. Through comes the pair with a big fist. Buckets overran it. University player went through there to Raiden Knotts, couldn't pick it up. Bit of a scrappy ball. Stacks on the mill, and we'll have a ball up between centre and the 50-metre arc for Coolbinia.
I think the pair's got his eye on the medal. He wants it.
He certainly attacked that with vigour. Burnover attempting to knock it over the back. Ricochet ball goes straight up in the air. Coolbinia bloke didn't want any bar of it, so he just handballs it, bumps it forward. Onesie another kick. I reckon he's had probably about 4 or 5 touches in this first couple of minutes. You cannot
holding the ball
in C3 reserve football there, son. Keno, a great tackle. Goes out wide. Bulldogs jersey, or is that James Maiden? I think it's Maiden.
That'd be Willow.
Was it Willow, is it?
That'd be medium pace Willow there, Cutter.
Medium pace Willow. It's a very long way away over there on the flank. He goes out wide. University player was crunched. Ball trickles out of bounds.
That was Mitchy Fraze. Again, definitely deserved that, so play on.
And they're whipping into a frenzy, the crowd of Coolbinia fans down below. Obviously a lot of doctors, lawyers, consultants in that crowd down there. So they're starting to get a little bit feisty. Ball thrown in here. Over the back. Ball in dispute once again. Still on the ground. Someone's got the ball. Someone else is tackling him. And that's about all I can tell you. It looks like it's another ball up. Now, Coolbinia, this is the 5 to 10 minutes they need to take advantage of at the moment. While they've got the fresh run in their legs, you'd think the ageing bodies would stand no chance against the Dingoes in the fourth. So if they're going to make a run, it's got to be now, Cutter.
And look, they've certainly tightened the game up around the contest a little bit. You can see what they're trying to do, but again, they've just got this problem that they're 4 or 5 goals down now, and it's a long way back from here. Like they're holding the damn wall,
yeah,
but they're not making inroads. And Uni wouldn't mind this.
You've done well to spot to see what they're trying to do. I have absolutely no clue what they're trying to do.
Heavy.
Cutter. Well, there you go. That's a bit of vintage heavy there. That wasn't Charlie Lennon. That was heavy.
Decent.
That was heavy.
He thought about paying it.
Oh, that bloke's just pushed Greg Erskine in the back there.
Little toe poke there from...
I saw a rib crack.
Is it? Brought in board from Oscar the Grouch. Demon again.
He's too strong.
Look, that
He's too
is
good.
one hand on the footy, and I reckon just quietly one hand on the middle right now.
Could not have said it better myself there, Cutter. Excellently cold. I reckon he might have more than one hand on the medal at the moment.
It would take something monumental from Coolbinia if he kicks this. And he does. That is 4 for the big Demon.
I just love that Demon doesn't take his full 30 seconds there. He goes back, runs, kicks it through, and says, "Fuck you, mate. I've got another 15 goals to kick.
I think he wants 10.
I'm in a rush. I've got 15 goals to kick. Get out of my way."
Well, we might need to go into the history books. I don't know what the record for goals in a grand final in C3 reserve or equivalent is.
Just make something up, Frenchie.
Probably more than that, but let's say 8.
Well, I remember Jesse Wilson from Curtin University kicked 4. Possibly actually on the big Demon a couple of years ago, and that's the most I'd ever seen in a grandie. And Demon's got 4, and we're not even halfway through the third quarter. So Coolbinia really in all sorts of strife, and that poor little fullback. They've made a change. They put the hair on the on Demon down back there because they've got to try something. They need taking this game away from him.
They need 3 blokes on him at the moment. Cutter, he is that up for it at the moment. Here comes the only Coolbinia player with a bit of run. Swings onto the left and finds number something. It's a long way away. That is a little stabby kick, but it's worked.
It might have been that Drummond bloke.
It might have been Drummond.
Not the Drummond bloke, sorry, the Berens.
Might have been the lawyer out there.
Threat. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here he is. Oh, he's going left. He's going right. He's somehow got around him and pumped it inside 50. Here we go. Crashing the pack was great man from Coolbinia there. Couldn't take the mark. Ball to ground. It looks like it's going to be a bowl up as 3 men dive on it. Although he's called holding the ball. Which direction?
Umpire.
Has he called that holding the ball?
It'd have to be against Uni in the forward 50, you'd think, for Coolbinia.
That's complete bullshit because I could see that from here and that was definitely not holding the ball. Unless, which way is he pointing?
He's pointed the wrong way.
He's pointed about 3 different ways so far. I actually can't tell who's got the kick.
It looks like, is that Parmos or Mac standing them up?
Looks like Mac. I once saw that man snort a line of washing powder when I was in college. So, not the brightest. Although he is studying med, so I don't know if that says more about Mac or our medicine program in Australia. Meanwhile, the kick, he's absolutely biffed it.
That's all it deserved, really, let's be honest.
It's like
heavy to ring it in. Chips out to the pocket, over the top of Goody. Loose ball, SPP, fighting hard, knocks it out. Frage looks like he's made his way down to the back line. Kick out to the flank. Coolbinia is there, drops in, and number 7 for Coolbinia, Jack Considine, has taken the mark, probably 20 metres out on what looks to be a relatively slight angle for a much-needed shot at goal to keep Coolbinia in touch.
a very popular mark there for the Coolbinia fans.
Haven't had a lot to cheer about today.
No, they haven't, but they don't need much, do they? Just nice to be out and about.
Parole is a wonderful thing.
Max Van Drags here.
In the meantime, if we don't say anything, you can just assume that Coolbinia have pushed it across the face for a minor score because that's what they've done every single time they've taken a mark inside 50 today.
That is a bad miss.
Frenchie, who got dragged there?
Mac. So Jedi's made the call. He said you can't get caught on the ball in the back line. come off, have a rest, and then go back out there.
Have a line of washing powder,
Yeah.
sort yourself out, and get back on there, refresh. Meanwhile, the ball pumped out of back 50 in dispute. Coolbinia getting first hands on it. They've got a little bit of momentum at the moment, but I tell you, one man who knows about stopping momentum, and that is the pair taking an intercept mark in the back 50.
It's been very good today.
Yeah, he's been better once he's sort of seen the direction of the game. He's got it all in front of him at the moment. This is the scenario he loves. You know, Coolbinia on the back foot. He can sit in the back line, direct traffic. Might even see a torp or two from him later in the game.
Oh look, I want to see a balk as well. I want to see him sell some candy. Oh geez, confusing ability with ambition there was number 8, I think. Caden Taylor, ball through the hands. Comes out to I think Willow now. Teflon.
Huge one-on-one here, and he's been absolutely pile-driven into the ground.
I think the Teflon's been scraped off the pan there because that was stuck on like 4-week-old burnt eggs there. Shorty on wrapped up, but absorbed the tackle well.
Certainly not non-stick there, Cutter, as the ball is about to be thrown up. And there's a bit of dog in Coolbinia at the moment. They've gone away and they've got a bit of dog up them.
Well, this is their shot. They've got to fire it now. Oh, umpire, what are you seeing? I'll get out of it.
Lindsay has he's dead set called that free kick from 4 kilometres away. I don't know how he saw that, but here comes Caleb Poulter pumping the ball deep inside 50. But once again, it's another Vernover.
That is a clear Vernover there. Oh,
and it's
Al's put someone.
Oh, that is soft. That's soft as butter.
Just saying how well he was going, and he's put number 13 down, who's played on, and Nick McNellage kicks a much-needed goal for Coolbinia just to ensure that they stay within touch.
I don't want to use the C word. I don't mean that one. I mean corruption, because that cannot be a free kick. That is soft. I don't know if anyone saw the free kick.
Shades of Cam Rayner.
Shades of Cam Rayner there. Mark O'Connor obviously tapped him in the back with a lot more force than who was it that put the Coolbinia bloke down there, Catter?
Big Al.
There's a lot more force than Big Al had there. We were just praising the pair, but the pair, that big hip brushed into the back of the Coolbinia bloke, who went down like a sack of potatoes, played on, kicked the goal. Complete bullshit if you ask me. But anyway, back to the middle. What's the score, Frenchie? I can't see, so it'd be good to get an idea of what's happening.
So Coolbinia's just got their second goal. Takes them up to, what is that?
2 goals.
15 points. Uni is on 31 at the moment.
So the game very much still alive here, Catter, as bold great man for Coolbinia takes the ball. Is it Kalfas, is it? It looks like Jimmy Maiden's going to swallow that. He's been absolutely poleaxed in the back, but the umps have put the whistle away until it's time to pull it out again when Coolbinia are inside 50. At the moment, hands on it by Big Al. No, it wasn't Big Al. Harry Leo into the middle. Coolbinia with strength.
Oh, Deflon. Great smother from
Here we go. Great smother by Teflon there.
Game's certainly gone up a notch here.
What are they chanting there, Catter?
I think the chant is Shawnee. He would have loved that. Donovan family would have loved that. Well, Java, lovely handball out to the Grouch. Grouch snaps around the corner, goes inside 50. Keno's underneath it, doing a power of work, but numbers do tell out. As number 17, David Wilson, takes a grab and clears it out to the flank. Out to Ryan Petier, second best Frenchman at the Presume that's not just his schlong banging against his leg there. I think he has actually hurt himself.
That's how Greg Erskine runs at the best of times. So. in the meantime, the ball has been kicked out on the full bar. Dingoes who just look a little bit frazzled at the moment. Not to be confused with the frazzler who's been pushing up the ground, Mitch Fraser. The ball about to be pumped back inside 50 by Coolbinia here. This is where they've struggled, but it's a mark. It's a mark in the pocket.
Bo Harwich, their quick kick, their first goal of the day.
Bo Harwich.
They've been one of their more dangerous forwards.
I believe he's a financial consultant.
This will really test him though. Right side for a right footer, but very tight angle. What's he done? Oh dear.
Oh my goodness, that is an amazing goal by Coolbinia. And I tell you what, Cutter, they are coming. They have absolutely dominated the last 10 minutes here of this game. And the Dingoes, well, we've just seen
8 points.
Off.
Is that 8 points now?
I'll get back to you on that one, Frenchie.
Bit of arithmetic. Fuck, we're the University Football Club.
I do like that Frenchie choosing not to bring the laptop with a spreadsheet and going old school with lines on a piece of paper. But
10 points, 10-point margin.
For the Dingoes. Look, if I was Coolbinia at the moment, I'd be pretty happy with how things are tracking. And for the Dingoes, I think the next goal is very important.
Undoubtedly.
They need to arrest a bit of this momentum back. Look for them to get on top. The forward structure's been a bit missing the last couple of minutes, so looks like they've thrown Blakey to half forward. He's going to push up into this contest, which I'm a bit worried about, but he might get it.
They just got to get it forward to centre. That's the problem at the moment, is that they just can't. They'll get a chance here because a free kick for a throw going to Goody.
Vernover.
Oh, Vernover, yep.
Vernover's going to pump this one long inside 50.
Shawnee Don.
Teflon.
Didn't stick.
Great minds, Cutter. The ball pumped forward again by Coolbinia. Mack in the right spot. Seems re-energised in the last couple of minutes. Not sure what that's about.
Bit of a line of fabric softener.
Yeah.
Now this set's for Shawnee Don. He can go, but I think it's actually out on the full.
Coolbinia there calling for the first ever deliberate. Oh, it's out the full.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. It's about 2 kilometres away from where we're sitting in the...
It is a long way. It is a long way.
Can't quite make out the lines. Unlike Mack, who can make out the lines very clearly as the ball inside 50 for the Dingoes. Coolbinia rather. Hacked out of
Shawnee
there.
Don. That one sticks.
That one sticks. Be careful with Teflon pans. It can wear away over time. But that one will stick.
Well, low and flat.
Not Shawnee Don's best effort. But here's Erskine.
Oh, he's gone out of it a little bit. Maybe just taking the middle quarters off, just to have a little break. Very good second quarter, but haven't seen much of him this quarter. The University player over there is absolutely buried, but no prior opportunity. So the umpire is getting a little bit willing over there too, and he's called him for a flop almost. He's given the basketball flop symbol there on Keddo. Would have been nice to see that down in the goal square for Coolbinia before, but tapped out. Now Kalfas is there, but Frazier will contain him. I don't know how he got rid of that ball. University tackling hard there. It looks like Harv's out there, and great pressure from the University forwards. Goes unrewarded, but we will have a ball up in the forward pocket.
They need something because at the moment it's demon or nothing down there, Cutter. And as you said, Greg Erskine, who's just woken up from his halftime and made his way back onto the ground for the third quarter, he needs to get involved. He was a bit of a bright spot in that second quarter.
He was.
Ball flicked down now. There is Erskine.
I was going to say going through.
Didn't quite take clean possession. It looks like we're going to have another ball up down there as Goody makes his way back on. I'd love to see Goody impact. Throw that body around.
Can't be long left in the quarter either, so one here for University would be very handy indeed. Big Demon thumps it back towards the corridor, but the University player immediately sat upon by Coolbinia. They've definitely tightened up around the contest this quarter, Coolbinia. University is still winning, I think, a lot of the ruck knocks, but Uni just not able to get a clearance from it. Although, I say it! No, surely not! Gregory Erskine!
Double Gregory Erskine!
Who is that young bloke?
I may have just blown the absolute roof off the microphone there. Apologies for anyone listening back if your eardrums burst, but that's probably one of the most incredible things I've seen from Greg Erskine. Playing like he's a 60-year-old out there, that was incredible.
Inspirational. We'd said he'd been a little bit quiet. We'd said, University needed something, and it's the oldest bloke on the field that has just he's wound back the clock at least 40 years, I reckon, there. Sharked it, busted a tackle, banana kick, at least 30 metres out. That was 30 metres for me.
It's hard to describe unless it's... I would have thought 35-40.
And post height. It's gone through post height.
Post height.
To restore some much needed breathing room for University.
At the lower end of post height, but post height nevertheless.
Oz kick post height.
Post height. Bowled up here in the centre.
Oh, and you can see.
Jingo's there to capitalise on it.
Oh,
Katta, that is exactly what you were calling for. It was one more Dingo's goal just to arrest a little bit of that momentum. Margin now 16 points. Is that right, Frenchie? 15.
15.
So look, it's anyone's game here, Katta.
There is a very big difference though between 3 goals to win it and 2 goals to win it in a grand final. And look, don't get me wrong. I think Coolbinia, they'll be very, very upset with that last goal. Very upset. But realistically, that was their best quarter. For the day, but a real lifter for University there. They'll come into this thinking we've been challenged. Coolbinia's fired what we think, let's see if they've got another shot in them, but we've held firm and, they may be eating in the end of the day a couple of points off that lead, and that's it.
So talk me through what each side would be saying at 3/4 time. So for the Dingoes, what's going to change?
Look, I think they'll just be saying, fellas, we panicked a little bit in that quarter. We didn't make some of the right options especially coming out of the back half. I thought they really did struggle occasionally to clear the ball. Coolbinia probably, could have and arguably should have kicked a few more goals that quarter. They missed some shots that they would have liked to have had back. But I think for University, you also don't want to get too carried away. It's a grand final. You're not going to be playing scrubs. This isn't a game where you're going to, win by 20 odd goals. The other team is going to have their run. And if I was Coach Auer in the huddle there, I'd be saying they've had their run, but we've absorbed it. We've been led from the front by the fucking oldest man that's out there on the field. He's shown us how to do it. He's busted through a pack. We've got more to give. They've fired their best shot and they've eaten a couple of points. We didn't have a great quarter. We've got more to give, and we can run over the top of these blokes in the last quarter.
Spot on. I think the message has got to be positive for University here. They've controlled probably 2 out of the 3 quarters so far. They had a little lapse, as you said, but look. I agree, they've got young legs, they've got the fresher legs. They'll be looking to run over the top of them in the 4th, but it's got to be about positivity, it's got to be about proactivity. They can't afford to go into their shell.
And what do you think the Coolbinia coach is saying at the moment?
Well, I probably can't use the exact language because it's not quite fit for radio, but look, he'll be saying, boys, well done for turning up to the game, albeit an hour late. But look, he'll be saying our way forward is exactly how we played in that second quarter. Bringing the pressure. They had a couple of nice passages where they moved the ball really nicely through handball chain down the outer side. So, look, for Coolbinia, they've actually adjusted really well. And as I say that, the weather, there's a bit of wind. Katta, just stick your head outside the commentary box and maybe see if there's a little bit of...
I reckon the wind, I don't reckon we're going to get any rain. I don't think we're necessarily going to get any rain in the next 20 minutes. Wouldn't bet on anything past that, but certainly the breeze is picking up here.
Look, these are the moments that you dream about as a player. Like this is what it's all about. 4th quarter, C3 reserves. It doesn't get any bigger than that, really. Well, it does technically, but it doesn't really for the big.
Not for the blokes out there at the moment. It's not going to.
It doesn't get any bigger. So look, it's exciting. I've been there myself. I think we're going to have a ripping 4th quarter here, Katta, and I personally can't wait to see what we see.
When you were doing a lot of your talk before,
that's because I thought I had the loud.
Oh, right.
We'll just get a weather update going into the last quarter. So there's a huge front coming across. Looks like the most of it has missed us, but there should be about 5 or 10 minutes of heavy rain in this last quarter, which will definitely help the Dingoes. Shows how much I know, but thank you very much for the weather report brought to you by Cinderella's Adult Stores. Those listening to the podcast actually owned by the Palmos family, so encourage all past, present and future players to get down there if you do find yourself in the need of some adult products. Put the meal on the Palmos family plate and get something for your date at the same time.
Spot on. I know I'll be heading down there after the conclusion of this game, as I do every Saturday. Just got to get these yobbos off the field.
They've got a very good loyalty program at Cinderella's, I understand.
They do. They look after their returning customers. As the Canning South Perth fans rolling in for the grand final after this, just wait your turn, boys. Just maybe leaving the space for the University crowd. Tell you what, though, it's ready to boil over here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Katta, I can't wait. I've got Demon leading the Norm Smith at the moment, but look, it's still It's up for grabs.
And it would be an understatement to say the first goal here is very important. Vernova knocks it down. Goody's in there, and the umpire's looking to establish a bit of early control. He's played a free kick to University. So that's all right by me. And it'll be Goody to pump Uni forward. He's got a few blokes with a bit of space out on the wing here. One of them is Willow. He turns and goes. Kicks high to the half-forward flank. Frage was at the back. Didn't spoil, didn't need to. Applies a good tackle though. Keno's grasped. Ball comes out to Coolbinia, who hacks a kick forward to number 4. Time for think music. Gives a runner off on the flank, and he kicks along the flank. Here comes the pair. He's caught behind, but he makes up a last bit of speed. Willow, medium pace, lovely hands to Finn. Finn tackled as he kicked it, affected the kick, and so Coolbinia number 2 will take a relieving grab.
Hot footy out there to start this last quarter. Cut up. The ball pumped forward again. Goody used his body. He's paid for a push out, which is probably fair enough.
Yeah, just didn't turn his body just too much.
Coolbinia have played on. Unaware that there's actually 20 minutes left in this quarter. There's no need to go that fast. Hacked out by Bulldogs jersey. Big contest here.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Poot his pants once again. Number 18 pumps it inside 50 again for Coolbinia. Here he comes, barrel chested, but Parmos with the punch. And Charlie Lennon swings around.
Oh, courage from Onesie. There you go, isn't it? There's a mark at the beginning of the last quarter. Very good for the medalist stakes.
Pumped inside, back up the wing. You've actually got to hold it for more than 2 milliseconds to pay the mark there, unfortunately.
Frage really doesn't like a fist though, does he?
He doesn't. Picked up again. Goes the fend.
Oh, great tackle. That's a fend.
Oh, that's
Umpire.
An umpire.
If you try and fend the tackle, it's holding the ball.
He's going to have to calm Catter down. He's about to jump out the window of the commentary box. I can't actually tell if he's wearing sunnies or if he is blind like the three.
Visual aids.
I'm going to actually say he's blind. That's ridiculous. Vernova taps it forward. Goody spikes it again. Tackled by Blakey. Is that his second tackle of the game?
Could be.
Here's medium pace. Round the corner. Couldn't quite get in front Fraze, and the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
It's definitely gone up a notch though, as you'd expect. 16, 15 or 16 points in it?
We'll just get back to you on that one. 15 points, I believe. Ball thrown in again. That bloke's getting a bit tired, that 8-year-old out there. That one's gone about 2 metres. Onesie again.
Oh, Onesie carried it forward. Well done.
Give him the medal. Here's Fraze. Pushed out of the way. The ball out of bounds again. Look, it's in the balance right now, Cutter. Next goal is huge. I don't need to tell you that.
The University doing the majority of the attacking early. I'd love to get a clear look at it from this one. Vernova knocks it down to SPP, but there's nobody for him to give the handball to. Here comes the great... Goody. Just a bit of pressure, gets it out of bounds. Uni won't mind this as well. They're 3 goals up, so no problems at all with a bit of dead time in their forward line. Neither ruckman really got a knock on that. A Coolbinia bloke spiked it forwards to another bloke. It comes down to Blakey Barrow. He hacks a kick forwards. Keno's there, but beaten to it by number 1 from Travis Cock from Coolbinia.
That's Cock to me. Cutter.
Look, it might be Kosh. Coke.
Happy to go with Cock.
Let's go with Cock. I love Cock. Well, coming through. That is Goody. Oh, geez, umpires very keen to impose themselves early in this quarter.
Speaking of Cock, that's a terrible goal.
Not a great kick either, but it was out of Vernova. Just trying to pluck it from medium pace.
That's probably the correct call in terms of kicking the ball inside 50.
Definitely.
I don't need to tell you where Vernova got his nickname from.
Now, where's the Demon? Demon is very dangerous here. That number 22 bloke is absolutely cacking his dacks, but he's got some help down there. Took about 3 of them, but they do win out, and it goes to Thomas Kazanidis.
Well pronounced there, Cato. Couldn't have done that better myself. They've got a bit of
another fumble.
Open side here from Coolbinia. Number 8 takes off, looks for support, takes a bounce.
Just second best Frenchman.
He handballs it inside. Now where are they going? Kick inside to the middle of the ground, taken by number 20. No idea who that is. Hands it off to Great Man. They've got a bit of run. He takes a bounce. He fucks up the bounce. He's still got the ball. He puts it on the left. Inside 50. Bulldogs jersey. Bulldogs jersey, too good.
Read that very well.
Yeah. Bulldogs jersey, cult figure down at the UFC Dingoes for the last couple of years. No idea what his real name is.
Finn, I think. Finn.
That doesn't sound right. Ball in dispute.
Ooh.
Dived on.
Goody copped one in the head there, I think. A bit of a shove from the Coolbinia player. Accidental head clash. Was it? No, it might have been the great man, actually.
I think it was great man.
Yeah.
Looked like great man to me. And there's another great man getting ready to come on. He's a peculiar-looking individual. That's all I'll say about him. I hope he didn't hear me say that. The ball comes forward. Coolbinia can't quite pick it up. He's got
buried. That's on the ball.
Well called, Linesy. Some great technique by
Linesy with that movement of the arms. Oh, he's just so good, isn't he?
Now that was, I think, Tom Sheed, one of the ones to watch, apparently.
Sorry, too many people talking. I think Frenchie was just giving Linesy his flowers there for great umpiring. But correct, that was Tom Sheed. No relation to Dom Sheed. Coolbinia once again in the back line with the ball, moving the ball forward. They've got a couple of numbers out here.
Sheed again.
By a great man. There's Tom Sheed. Kicks the ball.
Great spoil.
Great spoil. That's Bulldogs jersey. He's had a good couple of minutes, hasn't he?
He has indeed.
And just for us as commentators, it would be great if Tom Sheed could take a mark in the boundary at the end of this game. Would line up really, really well. Just keep an eye out for that one. In the meantime, the ball thrown in here. It's a good boundary throw in. Still a bit of power in those little arms. Bursting away here, Coolbinia bowling disputes.
Well, what's he done there? He's paid holding the man. Gee, that's very interesting. I thought the controlling umpire did all right to actually let that play because he got it, was tackled immediately, and the ball came through. It wasn't holding the man, it wasn't holding the ball, it was just let him play umpire.
I think it's actually cheap and not very nice to make fun of the umpires, but that one out there with the sunnies is out of his god.
Oh, though, that is a decent mark, and I think this is Berens, is it? Berenson, number 18, is it? Can't see if he turns around. I think it might be noted as one of the ones to watch. Certainly hasn't been the most damaging forward on the ground. That honour very clearly rests with the Demon, but I think this would be for his first and one that Coolbinia definitely need, and he has kicked it. So that makes it a little bit more interesting. Brings the margin down to 9, 10.
Take 6, so that's 9.
9, right, 8, 9. Wasn't sure if we'd snuck a point through earlier. So 9 points, plenty of time for Coolbinia if they're good enough. As Uni rings the interchanges, Teflon comes on, and also buckets coming off for James Maiden, who's had a bit of work done and moving a lot more freely, coming back onto the ground.
I think I saw him head into the bathroom with Mac there just for a couple of minutes, so he's looking a lot more sprightly as he heads down to the back 50. But yeah, it's in the balance here, Cutter. We talked a little bit about poopy pants. My pants, do not look at them. Got a little bit of brown on them now. Getting a little bit nervous.
Oh, look, I think Uni will respond to this as Vernova gets a knockdown, but sharked again by Coolbinia. They've got some space here on the wing. Kicked to the long-haired bloke there, but number 16, that's Drummond. He's kicked it in. Parmos is there, and that is a steadying hands. Steadying grab. The Coolbinia player, Jack Considine, completely misjudged that, but Lockie Parmos, no such concerns, and he's taken a very steadying mark. Kicks it up to the half-back flank. Vernova out of position, but actually did all right to force the board forward, and if they can get it going here, Uni is away. Goody gets the kick forward to the inside the 50. It's a one out with Demon. Number 1 gets back there for Coolbinia. If he keeps his feet here, Keno, how's the bounce going to go? It's through! It's through!
Incredible by Keno! He has one of the widest set shot routines you've ever seen, but on a rare occasion there, it actually forced him wide, kicked it around his body, and he's kicked the goal, has he?
Much needed. Yeah, no, I think so. There's no replay here. There's no 30-second to check whether or not we need to take that upstairs to the DRS. That is...
I just wasn't sure if we had the arcing C3 reserve. We don't.
That is an immediate response to University, who at the moment seem like they have the answers, Matthew.
Yep, cop that dickhead. Coolbinia will want to respond here. Have they got one last punch in them? Well, they actually need 3.
Well, look at that. They'd certainly have punches. I don't think punches are the issue here. It's, have they got another goal in them is probably the challenge. And here they go, though. Number 4, that's Dom Sheed, bursting out of the centre. Jimmy's there. Loose ball. I don't know if Finn Dog actually had that, but he battles on. Nobody really wants to pick it up. A lot of blokes standing over the footy, and the umpire will say, give it to me. We'll ball it up straight on the 50-metre arc. Coolbinia definitely want to just get that margin under 2 goals again.
Preferably even further than that, to the point where they're in front. Cutter.
Yeah, well, one step at a time. Very simple gun. That's a very good tackle, and he's been done for a throw. Well done there from Goody, who's worked into this nicely. He's done some very nice things, hard in and under in the second half in particular. Out to the Grouch. The Grouch has got a man on. Banfield. He can go short again to Has Leo. Takes the chest mark, just forward to centre. And he's got the Grouch running on for him again. He ignores that, goes a little bit further to the Demon. And why wouldn't you? The big fella takes a clunk. Surely too far out to score from here, but moving the ball quickly. It looks like he's turned it over, though, to Kalfas. No, he's shat himself a little bit there. Not able to complete the mark. Oh, somebody got absolutely slammed, and he's paid it. He's paid it. Look, it was a strong tackle. I think the head did hit the ground. I don't know what the ruling is with that in C3 Res. But
that's a perfect call, if you ask me. I could not have called that better myself. Jarvis Banfield here, I think, number 1. Is that correct? For his first of the day. And this, I don't want to go early, but this would make it very,
very difficult.
Coolbinia.
Ooh.
Jarvis Banfield, for those playing at home, has kicked that off the side of his boot. Out on the full. Coolbinia, I'm going to kick this one in from their back pocket now. We're about halfway through this last quarter. Coolbinia, this is what they've struggled with all day.
Well, 8 minutes, just under 9 minutes to go.
9 to go as Sideshow Bob picks up the ball in the back pocket. Great man kicks it long.
They need one from this. They need one from this movement.
One of the lawyers, he's picked up the ball, but he's got 3 dingoes hounding him like a real life dingo would. I'm gonna stop that sentence before I go any further. Couple of babies out there as well today. The ball about to be thrown in on the wing. Can Vernover get on top here? He hacks the ball towards the boundary. And there is, I think it is Goody again.
Yep.
As he said, he's working
been very good.
Well. Ball at the back of the stoppage from Coolbinia. That's an accidental torp.
On the pair!
To a man who kicks a lot of those. He kicks a fair few deliberate torps as well.
It's calming it down.
Might be about to see one. Probably too early in the game for that. Just going to go long instead and pump this one to the 50. Big contest here to be won. Coolbinia with the ball. Scrapped it forward. I don't know who that is there.
I think it's the Vernover.
Is that the Vernover?
I think it might be the Vernover. Or is it? No, is that the Vernover?
I think it might have been
the Vernover.
Vernover, for those who don't know, has requested that we call him the Vernover.
At every opportunity.
I don't know why he's chosen his own nickname, but if he wants us to call him that, we will call him that.
Well, that was a throw, umpire. That was a throw.
He's literally passed that ball. That's a pull.
Oh, umpire.
He's fallen over. His pants have fallen down. But somehow Coolbinia with the ball, coming inside 50. Tackle missed.
Alpha! Yes! Alpha! And that, I think, might have just been it slipping away from Coolbinia. I think that might have been their last chance at it. We've got less than, 7 minutes. Bang on.
I don't know how many people had running too far on their bingo card to be paid today.
Heavy. It was. Oh, and he's cramping. A bit of professional cramp here. No, he's fed the hands away. Through comes SPP. He kicks inside 50. The Demons there. Sideshow Bob doesn't do a bad job of it there. Slap back in. Oh, perfect slap, but Sideshow there to apply a much-needed tackle on Keno, and that definitely would have been the sealer if he was through there. I think time might defeat the Coolbinia blokes as it is, but this would definitely ice it if Uni can get one here. Demon down. Oh, the Grouch. The Grouch a snap. No, we've had a whistle. And it is starting to rain now. The Frenchman's weather predictions bang on, and we've got a whistle for some reason for Caleb Poulter.
Frenchie just confirmed for us whether it's raining. Yep, raining. Yep, raining it is. I can actually see it myself, and it's actually starting to piss down out there.
Yes.
It's absolutely pissing down at Dick Guelphy. Here come Coolbinia. Kicking the ball out, number 20.
No, you don't have time to slow it down, Blake. You don't have time to slow it down.
Got to go. He's kicked
no. Oh,
it's out through the back. Big ball to be won here. In dispute, hacked out of there. That's not 15. Number 17 pumps it long, but it's all Blakey Barrow down there. Nothing but Blakey. And he says, "I'm going long, boys."
Oh, and then he's done the trick shot.
That's not rare for Blakey Barrow.
Yeah, the Coolbinia boys would have done their research and knowing that the Barrows have got a great boot on them, expecting it to go long. His dad wants to kick to goal from 100 metres away at Claremont Oval. So
very good.
He's really done a good misdirect.
Oh, has Leo. Small hands but sticky hands. He's taking a great grab. And he'll send University inside as the rain eases a little bit here.
Small hands but sticky hands, actually the first motto of the UFC Football Club, which was eventually overturned.
Oh, at the back. Who's there? It's not Fraser, surely Fraser! Oh! How did he not score from there?
He's actually kicked that one backwards there, Cat. I'm not sure how he's done that.
That was a genuine cross, looking for somebody to come into the penalty box, I think, and head it home.
Frenchie.
That was a strategic call there by Fraser, because if they'd gone back to the middle, it'd be a lot easier for Coolbinia to score, but they really struggled to get out of the defensive 50, so very smart play.
Look, they got 4.5 minutes left. I think they're done. I think the rain is washing away the Coolbinia tears.
I think we put our head out the window, we say, someone get me a beer, I'm thirsty, and I'm ready to cut loose, Catter. Once again, just to clarify for the listeners, this, if they do get over the line here, will be the first premiership that they've won in the post-Maroney era.
Post-Maroney.
So, fantastic achievement for the boys, so couldn't be more proud.
We've got Mitchy Fraser that lining up now.
He's having a shot.
Yeah, of course he is.
We should have been watching the game.
There's not many players that have probably had back-to-back premierships. We've got two today, so Keno and Fraser played in the Pirates premiership last year. Keno, I'm pretty sure, is actually going for his third in a row, so third in 3 different grades. I think he won a Seagulls one, Pirates, and now Dingoes. So he's certainly going up and up every year. Next year he'll be playing NFL.
And Fraser's muffed that as well. Is that a tactical one as well, Frenchie?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the description of Colts to league to C3 reserves is up and up, but I'll pay that as there's another tackle here. Keno. There he goes with that peculiar.
I want Demon to kick 5. Oh.
Demon, look,
he wants to kick 5 as well.
How was that umpire?
Don't get a yellow card in the last 2 minutes of the game, Demon, for 3 minutes.
It's that time. Who have you got? Who have you seen? Who have you
Look, Demon was absolutely clutch early. It's very difficult to say that a bloke that kicks 4 goals in a grandy isn't up there in the votes. Goody has really worked into it well. The Vernova has been a tower. Look, there's just been so many players. I think Onesie early as well. Onesie's come a little bit off there. And this man as well! Oh my goodness!
What about Gregory Erskine? He's been doing it for 120 years. And he's going to line up for number 2. Now, I don't want to be biased.
It'd be a fairy tale.
I mean, if we're talking about impact, if we're talking about standing up when it matters, and if we're talking about what the umpires care about in C3 reserves, which is taking marks in the last quarter, he's ticking all those boxes for me, Catter.
He is indeed.
The great man's ticking them all.
Now some icing on the cake here for University.
I wouldn't put it past him to miss it.
No, years of experience. Steady as a rock! Steady as a rock!
And they get around him! Every man on the field gets around him, with the exception of Barmos.
Barmos!
Not particularly.
Barmos!
Barmos, the strange operator, probably doesn't know the goal.
No, he's like, what's happened?
He said this is prime fishing weather.
Yep.
Should be out the back of our
Fuck this.
in the creek.
Now look, mail in as well. I'm on the socials for the past players, life members, etc. And Greg did in encouraging some attendance at the game, suggest that this was perhaps his last chance to lift the Premiership Cup today. So I hope we're not seeing the last of it. If it is, and there is now a vacancy in the forward line for a very old player. Al, you've got my number. I'm ready. I don't think I've got much on next year, but if this is the way that the Erk Dog is going to finish up,
another 20 years in him, Cutter.
It's well, we got to get a Masters League if nothing else, but. Mind you, the way we're going, the way he's playing, I don't know why he reckons it'd be his last chance to have a flag.
I'll tell you what, we might have to take the laptop down with the microphones and get a bit of an on-ground interview with a couple of the great men.
That would be an elite idea. Oh, he's bounced. He's paid holding the ball because
you can't bounce the ball when you're being tackled.
No, and I think Goody may have just had that fingernail on him while he finished when he started the bounce. So well done, Goody. He's another one that's been.
He's been good.
Very, very handy today.
I have him in my top 3. If I had to pick it now, I'd say Demon, Gregory Erskine, and Daniel Goodleaf as my trifecta.
That's not a bad call.
But Onesie's been good as well.
Yeah, honourable mention to Onesie. He has.
But he again was that fire starter, getting involved with
very good early.
As he does best.
Yeah, final 30 seconds now. Bring us home, Matty Maroney.
I'll do my best, Catter, but I think I might have to refer to you, the great of the UFC Dingoes Footy Club, to call us home as Coolbinia with the ball on 50. They're going to go into
last
50
kick
for
in.
the last time. Blakey's going to track it down. Over to you, great man.
And it'll go out of bounds, and that might just about be as anticlimactic as it's going to be. We got 6 seconds left. The premiership is in the bank. I don't think we're going to get another possession out of this before the siren will go, and it'll cap a magnificent season for University. Another flag. You beauty dingoes!
Put it in the book. Put it in the book, Cutter. Another famous victory for this Dingoes footy club. The subculture at UFC, it's strong, it's regenerative.
Regenerative.
It's regenerative.
Everlasting.
And look, I think we couldn't describe it any better than the two bookends. We've got players such as Greg Erskine and the Demon, 2 elder statesmen of this Dingoes team, putting their hand up, being huge influences on this game. And we've got the young players. You know, we've got those Harveys, we've got those Charlie Lennons, that young blood.
Very good as well. Yep.
Max. I think he's about 28, but I'll still put him in the young fellas.
Well, and the blokes that really, develop their game and take the next steps. I mean, Teflon springs to mind for me. He's a bloke a couple of years ago. He's playing maybe 4 or 5 games a year. He's doing all the right things to training, but he's not there. In the best 22. He's been unreal this year. He's come in on the biggest stage, and he's certainly done his job today as well. That's the great thing, and why I think University continues to compete, year on, year out. They develop players, they keep that core, players improve, and they're just a bunch of good blokes that like getting around it and having a great time.
Perfectly said, and I just want to make note, I can see him jogging over to his players there. Big Al's been a bit of an on-field coach this year. Been away a little bit up north, allegedly visiting a girlfriend who lives in Broome.
Allegedly.
But I just want to shout out to the great man Jedi. Jedi's done a fantastic job coaching the boys from the sidelines for most of this year. Not an easy group to manage, I'll say, Cutter. I can experience from
herding fucking cats, I think would be the description.
Herding schizophrenic ADHD cats, but he's done a fantastic job. So a big shout out, first premiership for Jedi as a coach, so I'm sure the first of very, very many to come. He might actually be still playing, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Prowsey! Up the top, Prowse! Up the top! I was going to ask him if these mics are waterproof. What do you reckon?
I doubt it, but also... not my mics.
Now, look, the University basking in the glory of a well-earned premiership. And as I touched on at the beginning of the call, one of their more dominant seasons. I mean, they lost 1 game all year. As far as I can remember, the Dingoes have never had an undefeated season. I think they've dropped one, maybe once or twice in my memory, and certainly haven't done it for a number of years. So, they were definitely the team to beat, and that brings different sort of pressure on you when you get to the big dance, and they've just absorbed that very well today. They got out of the blocks well, and Coolbinia didn't go away. Credit to them. They did everything they could. They certainly fought it out, but. You never really had a sense that University were in real danger for mind.
Spot on, Cutter. And you can see out there the amount of supporters that have flooded out onto the ground. Another huge part of Dingo's culture. Those boys that might play a couple of games a year, they might not play any games, but there's always a group of 10 to 15 boys that are down there every week. I want to shout out one of my particular favourites in Irish Joe, who's done a fantastic job over from Ireland this year. Not only adapting to AFL, Australian Rules football, but just setting that tone, that aggression. I remember a significant incident in the prelim final where there was a bit of a scuffle on the field while the game was on between a few players. And Irish Joe actually got involved as a supporter and pushed the bloke. Which at the time we said, oh boy. Oh boy.
That's laying it on the line.
But with a bit of time to reflect, we can laugh and say, that's just Joe being Joe.
Yep.
That's just emblematic, I think, of the supporters. They're in it for the ride as well. It's not just about the 22 they're out there representing. It's about the 50 to 100 that are here supporting.
It is the squad. That depth is just, it's amazing. It's one of the reasons as well, all teams have injuries as they go through, but University, I think, for exactly the reason you've talked about, very able to cover those injuries, because the depth, the guys that are willing to step up, step straight into the team, they've got that camaraderie, and they get the job done as well when it's their chance.
Just going to throw over, sorry to interrupt there, Cutter, to Frenchie. I just want to get a few stats to finish us off. Just cover off the main categories there being burnovers, maybe kicking efficiency, and inside 50s, which I know you were red hot on throughout the game.
The stats are pretty boring. I think the last quarter was just fantastic by the Dingoes. They really arrested that momentum back. Coolbinia came a few times there. The Dingoes The Dingoes really brought that back, so really good. This will be a bit of a pressure relief this year for the Dingoes. After winning a premiership a few years ago, allegedly led by Matty Moroney, they've had a couple of lean years.
Allegedly.
Lost the grand final, and last year, Dill, I think, called it halfway through the year after being undefeated, and then they absolutely fell away. Went out and lost 2 finals and didn't make the grand final. So the only change this year has been sacking Dill and putting in Big Al as a head coach. And it's worked absolute wonders. I can see another really couple of successful years here. We've just released the pressure, got rid of the dictator, and we've got much more of a socialist economy down at the Dingoes. So great premiership for the left-wing leaning socialites out there, and good riddance that Dill's gone.
Just a bit tough. Joining the ranks of the Simon Goodwins, Adam Simpson, sacked premiership coaches.
Now, look, I was about to say, should we put on pause and go and have a beer? But it's absolutely pissing down, and I'm quite happy to sit up here and have a bit of a look as they present the medals. Yeah. Maybe, Kato, we can say one thing that stands out about each player as they go up to get their medal.
Just a word or a phrase?
We'll say one thing each. Maybe one word each.
Okay.
Or one phrase. Not Mitch phrase.
Not Mitch phrase. We'll pass along. Frenchie will do one too.
Well, actually, we'll do 3 words.
3 words. Yeah, 1 word each. Like it.
In the meantime, we'll just fill a bit of space. Just want to echo Frenchie's sentiments there. Big Al, I think, just exemplifies what it means to be a great coach. Organised, disciplined.
Weird.
Absolute freak.
Good weird though. Good weird.
Yeah, there's a good balance of bad weird and good weird in this Dingoes team, I think, at the moment. You've got Palmas at one end of the spectrum.
Real weird.
You've probably got your Bulldogs jerseys at the other end. Fairly straight laced and but still with a little bit of weirdness to him. They do like to waffle on a bit with these presentations. I would have thought just.
Oh, here we go. Best on ground. Here we go. Let's see if they get this right. I shit you if it's a Coolbinia bloke. Good start. 28. 22. No, he's 28. 28. Vernova!
I'd have to apologise to the Vernova. We didn't actually talk about.
Well, we don't know. We thought he was good. He was good. He was good.
But we didn't have him in our 3 votes. But I have to say, now that he's mentioned it,
the Vernova, yes,
we actually said it enough as a piss take that we realised he actually was getting his hands on the ball every.
He was every ruck knock.
Yeah, I think he dominated today.
He did.
We should probably take pause to talk about Vernova's performance. He's had a rough week.
He has. Victimised, I'd go so far as to say.
But, I thought less Vernovas than I was expecting today from him. I thought his tap work was incredible. And I thought his work around the ground was really strong as well.
Yeah.
Big body at contest, taking those intercept marks, being that option at the wing. I think well-deserved. If it wasn't him, it would have been Greg Erskine, but well-deserved.
Well-deserved.
Here we go, Big Al. Say a word about Big Al, please.
Pair.
While Big Al does his speech, maybe we'll just commentate over the top of this, but Kata's going with pair. I'll say shed. Frenchie wasn't listening. I just was looking for one word about Big Al there. Frenchie sort of said that. Fat. Fat. Apologies, Big Al, when you're watching this.
Tough crowd.
Watch back to hear your speech. Pair, shed, fat. But a premiership captain, so you can't take that away.
I was going to say.
Just seen one of the mascots for the Cottesloe Football Club is a giant chicken. It's a bit weird.
They're a rooster, aren't they? Are they roosters?
Actually, the Cottesloe in the C3 Grand Final actually lost to the Pirates this year, who've been relegated.
Ooh. So let's get some money on whoever they're playing then, is what you're saying?
I'd load up on Canning South Perth.
Yeah, righto.
Just quickly, it is nice to see on the back of the Dingoes jumpers is Byfield's farm accounting firm. They're one of the major sponsors. They actually is one of the best players on the ground today. Demon, he is one of the directors down there and decided to come on, sponsor the Pirates and the Dingoes, and shout out to Jakey Colvin, who never actually sent them the invoice. So they've got free sponsorship of both the teams for 2 years and haven't paid a single cent.
So that's why he's playing full forward, basically, is what you're saying. That's how he's got himself in the goal square.
Great tangents.
Oh, great man.
To the presentation of the medals. And there he is.
Evergreen for Erskine. Evergreen.
Gregory Erskine, who's just lurking around
It's
at
just-
the back of the table.
what he's
there.
just-
It's a little bit weird.
No,
I'll
it's
show you the
leadership. That's leadership there.
It's leadership. There he goes, high-fiving Jarvis. High-fiving...
Like every premiership needs a redhead. Well done,
Talk
Teflon.
about those other boys as well. Mitch Fraser, one of the most annoying blokes I've ever met, but an absolutely incredible footballer. Jarvis Banfield, very handsome, good at fishing, good at footy. Fucking hate him. Here's Mac.
Very good, weird Mac.
Mac, one of the great left footers. It's actually right footed. And here's Blakey Barrow, the uncontested beast,
The Jaguar.
the prince of the paddock. And that's just insight into Big Al's coaching there. Forgot to go in number order. Still doesn't know his 1 to 10 numbers, but that's alright. SPP, what does SPP stand for, Callum?
Pal Pepper? I don't know. Hyphenated surname of some kind, isn't it? Every premiership needs a redhead. Every premiership needs a hyphenated surname and two dads.
Just to touch on SPP as well, I made a joke about his TikToks before. I'm actually getting a bit annoyed. They're popping up every second TikTok on my feed. A TikTok is.
Well, stop watching them. Stop watching them. It's an algorithm, man. It's an algorithm. Yeah, no. But it's an algorithm.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, it's an ad, so I'm sick. There's Hasleo.
Hasleo.
Baby hands, smallest hands, stickiest hands in the comp.
Chicks love it.
Oscar Martella, ex-Pirate. He's played a few Pirate games this year. Favourite of Frenchie. Favourite of mine. Loves a goal. Loves a celebration. Jimmy Maiden at a coffee shop a couple of weeks ago. Had no relation on his performance today, but
Did you tip him?
tip him. No, he was a customer.
Right.
There he is.
Oh, medium pace.
Medium pace walk up to his medal. And
We're missing pace, really.
the South Perth boys could get the fuck out of the way while we're just getting through this presentation. Couple of bowling
Oh,
there
buckets.
as well. There's Paddy Buckets, robbed of the medal. Took an intercept mark in the fourth, which usually guarantees you the best.
Does usually.
Actually not today.
Especially when midfield's your competition.
Absolutely. Here's Parmos. Weird operator.
Very good, though. Very good man to litigate for you.
He was rock solid today.
Took a very important mark that last quarter just to calm things down.
Keno,
Keno, the sealer, probably,
Sealer, absolutely.
at the end.
One of the great snaps from Keno. Another dual premiership.
The jersey.
Joins the elite echelon of players who have won a premiership for the Dingoes and the Pirates. Myself included. Should have had two Norm Smiths across those two grand finals as well. Unfortunately, just the one. Here comes Demon.
Demon.
He was probably, if he wasn't best on, he was second best.
He was second best on, yeah. Where it was there to be won, and it was, like we said, that forward that can really take control of the game. He tore it apart in the first half, especially. And this man was also very, very good. Dominated the midfield.
Yeah. Can't tell if Goody's cold or if he just went for a vape there. In the corner, but either way, congratulations, Vernon.
Heavy.
Here he is. Charlie Lennon, aka Heavy.
Reborn. The born again. The rebrand.
But unfortunately, in the most respectful way, he was heavy today. He was big. He was brutish.
Solid.
He was too big and too strong today.
And onesie.
Here's Onesie. Hate him. Really annoying. Won't spend too
Very
much
good
time,
early.
Although he was very good today.
Few words.
Are we about to get a speech from...
I think the captain.
Alright, this will be good. That's spot on. Just echo what Big Al said. That removes any responsibility you actually saying.
Leadership.
One of the great speeches by
Well done,
I
Onesie.
didn't quite pick up on what he said, but I'm sure it was highly intellectual.
Well, they're getting the flag out now. Now, what odds of that flag surviving the evening?
It'll be through about four or five different orifices by the time it leaves the Dick Welfie Reserve. I wouldn't want to touch that.
I've seen them be eaten. I've seen them being set on fire. All sorts of shenanigans.
If you're going to touch that flag, you've got to touch it now. And there it is. The 2025 Premiers of C3 Reserve. The Dingoes. That culture.
Well done, boys.
It rolls on. And I think we might go down and see if we can get
some things in the rooms. Yeah, I think so.
I think we should. We might take a little bit of a pause here now as we break to go get some interviews. But big thanks to Katter and Frenchie.
Yeah, been a pleasure, gentlemen.